So what do all the happy people in this world have in common? There could be a lot of different traits they have, but I'm going to share with you one today that people rarely talk about, and it's crucial to understand. Hi, I'm David Essel, counselor, minister, #1 best-selling author, and these tips that I'm giving you on YouTube, I think we have close to 2,000 free videos on personal growth, are all about asking you just to be open to the potential of change, to be open to the potential that there may be something out there that you haven't really thought about. And this tip is about that. You know, people could say, well, the happiest people in the world have a positive attitude. The happiest people in the world get up singing, good morning, beautiful. And all of that could be true. But I'm going to tell you what I know in 30 years as a counselor, minister, and more, is that the happiest people in the world have all been able to come close to mastering emotional regulation. A fancy term for saying that we are in control 90% of our time of our emotions. Now, I say 90% of our time because there are times when we lose it. Listen, I interviewed a guy that wrote a book with the Dalai Lama, and he said the Dalai Lama would get very angry and lose it at times. So it's okay to be human. Now, for people that watch this and go, good, this gives me justification to be a happy person and to be angry, I'm not saying that. 90% of the time we don't go to anger, only 10%. But the happiest people are able to emotionally regulate. It's almost like they've learned the power and the importance when they're triggered by something or someone to take a 3-second hesitation to step back before they respond, or to respond instantly and then to instantly apologize, or to instantly change their emotional response system, right? There's all kinds of ways to do it. And we can help you if you need help with this at the website, talkdavid.com. I'm going to give you some stories, though. You know, one of the greatest teachers that I ever had was a gentleman who passed away. His name is Ram Dass. Around 1985, I was an incredibly deep follower of Ram Dass, and he would talk about all these different concepts. And of course, in counseling, emotional regulation, we learn it in school. We talk about it, right? I used to work with athletes and helping them learn how to emotionally regulate when they've double faulted in tennis, missed a putt in golf, missed 2 free throws in basketball. They had to be able to figure out, now, what do I do with this emotion? I'm angry. I'm frustrated with myself. I'm disappointed with myself. I'm resentful. I feel ashamed. I'm embarrassed. You know, there's all kinds of emotions, right? But the happiest people have learned how to regulate them. I'm going to repeat this like 90% of the time. One of the greatest stories that Ram Dass shared was, he said, imagine this. You usually always go to the airport rushing and late, and you drive everyone nuts in your family. You're going crazy. Adrenaline is pumping every time. You're maxed. You're stressed. It happens constantly. Then all of a sudden you watch a video that I'm doing on emotional regulation, and you say, you know what? Maybe it's not necessary to freak out every time something doesn't go my way. So you're going to fly out in a couple days. You get up super early. You pack the night before. You've got 3 hours to get to the airport. You're really feeling great. And there's an accident. And you turn on the radio and they say the accident will not be cleared for 3 hours. You look at your watch, you've missed your flight. Now, the person without emotional regulation is going to go nuts. They're going to call anyone they can and say, this is BS, this is crazy, I did everything right, and look at what's going on. The victim, right? The person who emotionally regulates may immediately be frustrated, like, oh man, I can't believe this. And they give themselves that 20 or 30 or 60 seconds to be frustrated. And then they go into solution. Okay, this stinks. I'm in a tough situation. I need to make some calls to who I'm going to visit, who I'm going to speak to, and tell them that the flight was missed, not in my control. I'm going to get on the phone with the airline, rebook myself. In other words, if I'm sitting in traffic or if I'm turning around to go home, I might as well take advantage of that time. Do you see that? You know, when I work with couples, emotional regulation, we use the word disengagement. So if a couple is constantly bickering, we say one of them has to learn how to emotionally regulate. And a great way to emotionally regulate is to remove yourself from the argument, from the bickering, from that, right? And just say, hey, honey, time out. We've been going at this for 15, 20 minutes. We're not getting anywhere. Let's take like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, a half an hour. I'm going to go for a 30-minute walk. Let's come back and talk again about it. Or can we even let it go for today and bring it up tomorrow? That's someone who's emotionally regulated. If I can help you learn how to decrease your stress, increase your communication skills, Learn healthy coping mechanisms for emotions like boredom or anger, low self-confidence, low self-esteem, resentment, rage, whatever it might be. Email me at talkdavid.com. For over 30 years, we've helped people learn how to gain and regain control of their emotions. I'd love to teach you. Okay, everything is at talkdavid.com. Have a beautiful day.